farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyal Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack of all trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Tastebud guys.
Okay, whatever you say. Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us one more time. I'm Chris, that's Lyal. We're those Tastebud guys. And we're back. We're back. So I think in our last episode, we're back for the third time that week, but I think that was the only episode we did that last week that I could tell, unless Lyal's putting more out.
You know, I've kind of, generally we try to do...
Are we putting more out for the rest of this week? Because that released today as we're recording this.
Yeah, we're going to put one out on Thursday.
Oh, we are?
Thursday's the day I'm going to try to get back on Tequila Tuesdays, Whiskey Thursdays.
Interesting, because we did a bourbon on Tuesday.
Well, today we released a beer on a Tuesday.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
Yeah. No, I fucked it all up. All of it.
We're 30 seconds in, and we already dropped an F-bomb.
It's all messed up.
Okay. So, part of what we do down here is, besides recording, we hang out with our friends. We have this front end that you guys, if you've watched our live episode, you've seen. And it's kind of another bar. Not as big as this, not as pretty as this one, but it's just another bar that we have up front that actually we sell cocktails and things like that from.
Don't mind if I do.
You did. And every other Tuesday, we record here, and the Tuesdays in between, we open the front end up, close the back end down, and I'm sorry for those of you that I just hit that and you heard thump. I'm sorry. We
open it up to buddies.
Open it up to buddies, yeah. Just if, hang out, we play some music, we have some drinks. And part of the deal with that is if you're going to come in and drink with us, throw a couple bucks in the jar so we can keep the bar stocked, or bring a bottle. Yeah. Well, our friend Danny, he brought this bottle with him the other night.
Yeah.
And we had none on the show, so we're like, hey, dude, can we do it on the show?
He said
absolutely.
He's been sitting on this for quite a while. This is the Rabbit Hole Dareringer.
I did too.
Yeah, right? It comes easy out of that bottle.
It does.
This is straight bourbon whiskey finished in PX sherry casks. I don't know enough about sherry to know what PX means. Is that like a brandy thing, like the XO situation?
No clue. I don't know, but if you guys know what PX means, put it in the comments. We're not going to look it up.
Please let us know.
Because it's the only time in my life I've ever heard the phrase, I don't even know that bad. So, but if you tell me, we'll know.
Twice finished in new toasted and charred American oak barrels. And Pedro...
And say it again, twice
something
finished.
Sherry cask, never chill filtered as it should be. So that accounts...
You can tell that from
for the cloudy nature, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to try. This is always a mistake when I try this, but if it focuses and you guys can see, it's not particularly clear.
No.
It's got a nice cloudy...
Which we like.
It's fine.
Generally.
Yeah. Generally, I find the whiskeys I like the most do not tend to be very clear.
Yeah, twice finished in toasted and charred American oak barrels. So you think they rested
Toasted and charred?
Yeah. You think they rested?
Maybe one was charred and one was toasted.
Toasted, I assume you'd start with the toasted, right?
No, it's going to be bourbon. I just say bourbon.
Yeah. Straight bourbon one.
So then it's got to be in a charred barrel to start with. So the toasted one's probably the second.
To start?
Well, yeah, it's got to be a new charred oak barrel to be bourbon.
Okay, but it's a new charred oak barrel.
Right. So then you finish it.
No matter what you pour into it, it's still a new charred oak barrel. Oh, the legal definitions.
I think to get to bourbon, it's got to be that certain mash bill put in that barrel before anything else, and then once it's bourbon, then you probably could finish it. It's my guess. I don't know. I am
like a prequel.
I am definitely parsing words here. So.
Prequels are always good. I've heard that they're amazing. Okay, Rabbit Hole, we think, and of course, per usual, we did zero research on this shit. We think this is an MGP product. Probably.
Which is,
if we're wrong,
neither here nor there,
let us know. But it says bottled by Rabbit Hole Distillery. It does not say distilled by. And I think that surely means that they picked out a nice lot of whiskey, did some nice marketing, maybe did some extra stuff to it.
Though in Louisville, there's no reason that it needed to be MGP. It could be another distillery altogether.
That's true.
And then just picked up and moved there. So
absolutely true. Yeah, so it could be something we really love and just don't know.
So, okay, now, and I was under the impression, and somebody else tell me, that's why it's leaking, that damn calf split right down the middle.
I thought that, yeah.
There's some floaties in the cork, or cork floaties down in it. I thought we'd done a rabbit hole before. That sounds dirty.
We've done a rabbit hole.
Sounds dirty.
I think, so rabbit hole kind of came to, at least in
Don't
our,
they have one that's like a peaty one? Jared brought it up here one time. Did we not do it on the show, or did we just not get the episode?
We definitely didn't do it on the show.
Okay. Well, if it's the one I'm thinking of, I did not like it.
So
That does not hold true for this one because I've already had it. But
I get rabbit hole mixed up with New Riff, which came out about the same time in our area and like hit prominence in our area. And they're both kind of interesting whiskeys. They're all finished whiskeys, I think, for at least from what I know. Which I like finished whiskeys. Throw it in the sherry cask.
speaking of finishing with,
Throw it in a Burger King fryer vat.
don't do that.
I believe Danny said this was about $100 bottle, give or take.
I think I've seen them in
80,
that
90.
at the $80-ish range is where I think I've seen them at some places. So, so I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being 100.
Yeah. So what are you getting?
So interestingly, the other night when I had it, which granted I'd been drinking several mixed drinks before I'd got it the other night, I noticed it being sweet and cherry-like. I do not smell that tonight. Tonight I get more of the wood and almost a charred note on it. I get a little bit of that dirty lacquer, and I don't know if that's because I knocked the bottle over. It's all shook up. I don't know if it's because of that, that I've kind of shaken it up and gotten more out. I'm curious when we taste it if it's still something I like or if I guess screwed it all up.
I think you're right on that lacquer end on the top end. I get some vanilla on the very low end. And
Okay, a little bit.
I think that cherry note's still there. I think you were spot on the other night. I still get a lot of cherry. And it's sweet on the nose. And I don't
See, the sweet on the nose is what I got the other night. I'm not picking that out tonight. Tonight I get more duller alcohol notes.
How are your allergies?
Freaking bad. Always pretty damn bad. I actually started taking new allergy medicine last night.
Oh. Wow. Hang on, I gotta go for a second blush on that one.
Oh, I meant to talk about that bottle. We'll come back to it so we can keep on with it.
So, that first little sip, this is not super smooth. I mean, it is smooth on the back end, but it's hot. This is a hot whiskey.
46.3, 5? What did I say?
93 proof, yeah. 46.5.
46.5.
It's a hot, spicy whiskey on the front, and then it, at least for me, then it dips in the middle, and then comes back with that nice moonshine burn on the back end.
No, I'm 100% with you. What I really like is, that top burn, and spicy is the right word. It's not peppery, it's spicy. And as you said, it kind of smooths out. It kind of goes, we're right there with you. Everything feels good for just a minute. You told me it was doing one camera. Sorry, I quit looking at that one. And then, I wonder if he cuts to that now.
Oh.
And then at the end, that hotness comes back, and it has this chewy, like pepper beef jerky. Like you just had that. It's just kind of just there on the side of your tongue, and I really like it. I enjoyed this one the other night. I'm glad to see that I still really enjoy it.
It kind of tingles, yeah. I'm glad to see you, or hear you say the beef jerky note. It does kind of have that lingering pepper spice. I think
That really is the standout note is that pepperiness.
yeah. But you're right. It's not just like cracked black pepper. It's
There's more stuff going on there.
It's like the multicolored peppercorn.
What's that spice that if you have too much of it, it'll kill you?
What?
Never mind. There's a spice that you have in your, is it cumin?
No, I have no idea.
There's one of them that you have that if you have too much of it, it'll like kill you.
See, this is why it's dangerous to be friends with this.
We should.
Like, he knows what spices will kill you. He knows how to run.
No, obviously I don't. Kill you and bury you. No, anyways, it's got some like almost I'll say mystical Oriental is a bad word apparently. I shouldn't have said that.
Witchy.
Eastern voodoo spices in there.
How many people have we pissed off?
I don't know, all of
10 seconds.
All of it. Everyone.
No.
Is anybody out there not mad yet? But keep watching.
I get what you're saying. It's almost herbal. But
Yeah.
usually when we describe herbal, we're talking
I'm usually
eucalyptus and basil and parsley and like fresh.
No, this is more like Cajun, got some bite back behind it, you know, fried alligator tail with some blackened seasoning on it.
Yeah.
Blackened seasoning, maybe that's where I was trying to go.
Maybe.
It's got a nice spice. I like it. I do really genuinely like it.
I'll put it this way. There's enough here to talk about, and that's kind of our benchmark for anything that we like.
Yeah.
And we talk about it long enough to like have another glass.
Fill 9 minutes. Fill 9 to 13 minutes worth of content, sort of.
Yeah. I generally like it. I will say the price point for this stuff drives me a little crazy. There are, I think, better whiskeys in terms of provenance of like, this is a straight Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. That you can get for the price point of that. That's a really hefty price point for a whiskey that not right on the label tells where it's from, that's finished, and so it's imparting other flavors to it. I just wish it was about $40. That's what I wish. But
I don't know. I think it's at least a $50 whiskey all day long. I would not hesitate to pay that. Getting over 60, it is. There's a little rub there, just like you said. It's a little bit of a rub for that very reason.
I like it.
So I do really like it. Now, there's some writing on the side of this that I don't. Cascnolia. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Casknolia. And then it says founder and whiskey maker, and it does have a name here. Oh, I think it's Zavarian maybe, but it's written in handwriting, so who knows? I don't know if that'll come through or not. It hasn't. Yeah, there we go. I don't know. Don't know much about it, guys.
I'll tell you what.
Highly recommend trying, especially if you can get a shot of it at a bar. It is pretty good. That being said, had a friend down here whose whole bag is that he likes Kentucky straight bourbon, just the perfect Kentucky straight bourbon. He did not like this. This was not his thing at all. So with that in mind, if you don't like true Kentucky straight bourbon, this is finished in a sherry cask. It might not scratch your itch, but
you do like Kentucky straights, right?
Yeah, if you do, sorry.
Yeah.
But I also like Kentucky straight, and I still think this is good. So it's up to you.
I think there's room for this one somewhere. And I'd like to do more rabbit holes, because they do have different finishings. They also have They also have matching cigars.
Oh, I did have that one, and I wasn't worth the money.
We're gonna do a cigar episode?
Probably not.
Well,
We might. I don't know. If you guys want to see a cigar episode and
Let us
just
know.
bullshit about it, we won't make it for the whole hour it takes to smoke it. We'll cut it up and do like beginning, middle, end.
he says.
Probably. All right, you do a live one. Hey, before we go, we just stop it. Sorry, testing. Can you hear me? Okay. Before he does that, don't forget, go check out our friends over at Hochatown Distilling out of near out of Broken Bow, Oklahoma. Go check out all their stuff. Check them out on Facebook. Check them out on the other social medias. And for God's sakes, if you can go over and tell Blue we said hi. Say, hey, Chris and Lyal said go come and talk to you, and I bet you he'll get you drunk. At the very least, he'll let you taste all his stuff. And obviously, if you can't make it over, ask your local distributor or your place of your watering hole and say, hey, can you try to get this?
Hochatown.
I know, we'd appreciate it. Blue'd appreciate it.
Stuff is so
And once you try it, you will appreciate it.
Yeah. We might just do the vodka next, and we hate vodka, but we like
Where
that.
did the vodka? With Blue. He was here.
Didn't we?
No, we didn't. Sure. No, we did that special snap batch. I'm sorry, we was going to do vodka.
All right.
Maybe next.
Till the vodka next time.
Whether it's the whiskey you don't remember if you've done or not.
Oh, the episode you may or may not have lost.
We definitely have lost in so. I don't know if we're in triple digits of episodes we've lost, but we are definitely double digits and approaching triple digits, if not. It is insane. The new microphones you got that you kind of like.
Oh, the things you do when you're drunk. Grab a buddy and try something new.
Grab me, he says. Buddy up. I'm getting centered up. Hey, if you want to help us get centered in our picture, that's a terrible intro. Actually, if you just want to help us buy some more whiskey, all you got to do really is just like and subscribe so that we know you like what we're doing and appreciate it. We'll keep doing it. You can click on the links down here below and watch some more videos. In the meantime, go check out our friends over at Hochtown. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.